For many people all over the world, the Christmas season is a magical time of year. Spending time with friends and family, making sugar cookies, and enjoying all of the festivities of the season. Oh, and getting blasted from every direction with rampant consumerism. It's no secret that Christmas is a big moneymaker, and artists have always looked to capitalize on the big bucks by releasing their own Christmas album, EP, or single. It's a strategy that has worked for ages and has brought about countless iconic classics. It even works so well for some artists that their whole career begins to revolve around Christmas albums and Christmas tours. But when it comes to electronic music, not many artists are hopping on the Christmas train. However, there are a handful of EDM pioneers who have dared to release Christmas music, and some have even done it quite well. Today we'll be diving headfirst into the world of electronic Christmas music, exploring a few different bodies of work while I give my takes on each one. We'll kick things off with the Mad Decent Christmas albums. Diplo has always been considered somewhat of a pioneer in EDM, so it wasn't really a surprise when his label, Mad Decent, dropped a Christmas compilation album in 2013. The album is called A Very Decent Christmas, and it contains 8 Christmas remixes of Mad Decent releases. Releasing Christmas EDM was pretty unheard of back then, so it was a cool idea, although I will admit it was pretty gimmicky. The label went on to release 3 more Christmas albums, with the final one being released in 2017. All in all, I'd say they're pretty terrible, but also enjoyable at the same time. Pretty much every song sounds like a ruined version of the original, but that's what makes it so funny, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't meant to be taken seriously anyways. The Mad Decent albums don't stand a chance against Christmas giants like Neil Diamond and Mariah Carey, but they do serve a purpose, and I'm definitely glad that they exist.
Santa's coming. Hey, hey. Santa's coming. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Sliding fast through the chimney hole. Young Saint Nick going sicko mode.
Next up is Cascada's 2012 album, It's Christmas Time. So everybody knows Cascada for her one-hit wonder track, Every Time We Touch, and one-hit wonder artists are always great candidates to cash in on a Christmas album. It's not what you would expect from an artist like Cascada. It barely has any 4-on-the-floor tracks, and it's basically a pop Christmas album. You can't really even classify it as an electronic album, but it was worth mentioning since Cascada has been such an iconic dance artist for decades. The album pretty much just sounds like something that you would hear playing in a department store around Christmas time. There aren't any standout tracks, and overall it's a very conservative album that blends right in with all the other label-demanded Christmas albums. Now it's time for a Christmas album curated by the second best DJs in the world. At least that's what DJ Mag tells me to think. So in 2020, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike's label called Smash the House released an 18-track EDM Christmas compilation album featuring various artists from the label. It's pretty much exactly what you would expect from Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, mostly slap house and big room. Every track is definitely a lot more palatable than the Mad Decent Christmas stuff, but nothing really stands out either. It's a solid album to play at a Christmas party full of electronic music fans, or something to listen to if you want your Christmas music to have a little bit more pep. It's not really my cup of tea, but I think it was executed well and it serves its purpose. It's definitely the best album of the ones that we've covered so far, but it doesn't stand a chance against this next album. In 2017, Cascade released his own Christmas album titled Cascade Christmas. I remember listening to this when it first came out, and I was completely blown away. 6 years later, and I've had it in rotation every Christmas season ever since. Not only is this my favorite electronic Christmas album, but it's also among my favorite Christmas albums of all time. It's incredibly well produced, and it's somehow able to hold on to Christmas nostalgia while adding a modern twist to each song. It doesn't exactly fit under the umbrella EDM term, but I think you could still consider it an electronic album. Upon the release of the album, 500 vinyl copies were pressed and sold out almost immediately. They were selling for up to $500 on the secondary market, so clearly it is a very popular album. However, this year the vinyl was repressed, and once again it sold out nearly instantly. Thankfully, this helped bring down the secondary market value, so now you can grab a copy for $150 to $200. I think that Cascade really set the bar high with this album, and I'm curious to see if any other artists will try and compete with it in the future. So being a huge fan of Cascade Christmas, I was stoked when I found out that he would be releasing Cascade Christmas Volume 2 this year. It's an incredible album as well, though I'm not quite sure if I like it as much as the first, but I definitely do like it a lot. I think the nostalgia that I get from the first album is pretty tough to compete with, but I definitely am enjoying the new tracks from Volume 2. Just like the first Cascade Christmas album, Volume 2 was a limited press and sold out almost immediately. They're currently going for about $120 resale, which is really nuts if you think about it, because it literally just came out. It seems like it's gaining popularity quickly because I was just at a Christmas light show the other day that played 2 songs from the album. If you've listened to both of the Cascade Christmas albums, then let me know which one you prefer because I'm pretty curious to see which one people like the most. Last up on the list is Monstercat's Holiday Hits EP, which features 5 tracks from Monstercat heavyweight producers like Tokyo Machine and Boss Fight. It's exactly what you would expect from Monstercat, and I would say it's basically a more polished version of the Mad Decent albums, though none of them are remixes. Out of all the albums that I've covered, this is definitely the most deserving of being considered a true EDM Christmas album. All in all, it seems like there's a pretty good reason that electronic artists rarely delve into Christmas music. For the most part, it's pretty gimmicky, and most people would probably rather listen to the Christmas classics instead of a big room house version of Jingle Bells. Cascade definitely takes the cake for best electronic Christmas albums, and I hope that other artists can execute Christmas albums just as tastefully sometime down the road. If there are any Christmas albums that I missed, let me know in the comments, and let me know which one is your favorite.